Welcome in, everyone. Welcome. It's your boy. It's your sensei. It's your teacher. It's your shrine boy, whatever you want to call it. It's me. It's Yuki. Welcome back, guys. Welcome. Today we're going to be watching, as promised, Monument Mythos, as voted by you guys. This was voted by all of you guys. So we will be watching the Monument Mythos today. We're gonna see how far we get. This is very long, very beefy, lore-ridden analog horror series. So we're gonna see how far we get. This one's pretty. It's gonna be a fun time though. I know it gets pretty out there, but I'm excited. Welcome in Goofy Goober. Welcome in Leah. Welcome in Piano Teddy Bear. Welcome in S. Welcome in River. Welcome in, guys. Welcome. I hope you all are having a great day. Use this time, guys, to grab a snack, grab a drink, grab dinner, grab lunch, grab breakfast, whatever it is for you guys. Yes, use this time to grab something to eat, because this is gonna be a long one. This is gonna be a pretty long one. But I don't really know too much about this analog horror series, Monument Mythos. I do know it's one of the sorry, my throat was a little stuffed there. I do know that this is one of the progenitor series, one of the older ones. It's been going on for a long time, so I'm pretty excited to jump into it. It's very long though. I think we're definitely gonna have to split this up into several streams for us to cover it all. But we're for sure gonna get through season 1, maybe a little bit of season 2. We'll see though. We'll see. Maybe it would just be easier to do season 1 then season 2, but I know season 2 is really fucking long, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, guys, how is everyone? How has everyone been? I hope all of you have been doing well. I've been very busy because, like I said, I'm gonna keep mentioning the vacation in case anyone new comes in that does not know already. I'll probably also make a community post about it as well. Since I am going on vacation, I am doing a lot of editing, doing a lot of recording and stuff for you guys while I'm gone. Leah Dreams, welcome in. Welcome. Yes. So I'm pretty busy. right after stream today, I'm gonna go right back to I have to edit. Yeah, I have to edit today. I need to finish editing, and I also need to get a game uploaded for you guys as well. So I also need to potentially record today. Because yes, I tried to at least get one game out, maybe start season 2, then just brief recap for next season stream. Yes, maybe that might work. I think that's how it'll be. But enough about that stuff. Enough about all the other boring stuff. I have next to no knowledge about this horror series, guys. I honestly don't really know a lot about it. I do know that it's something about the Statue of Liberty, something America Manifest, something, what is it? Manifest Destiny, that's what it is. Okay. I forgot, something like that. Something about the Lincoln Memorial, something about every monument that you can think of ever. That's why it's called Monument Mythos. Being taken over by something. I honestly don't know. Any of you guys that are veterans in the analog horror sphere are definitely going to be more in the know. Probably if you've seen this one already than I am, because I honestly don't know what to expect. I've seen very little on this series. I watched it I think I watched a couple of entries from it. It's so long ago, I don't even remember, if I'm being honest, guys. But I'm pretty pumped. I'm excited. I'm very excited to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Because I know that this one gets pretty far out there. It goes to like Alice in Wonderland levels of crazy. It gets pretty nutty. There's literally a whole wiki for it, which is crazy. Welcome in Silver, welcome in Denise, welcome. We're still just chatting. Use this time to grab snacks and grab drinks before we get into the series. Probably a bit of a longer one today compared to the other ones that we've watched, because the other analog horror series we've watched have been relatively short, I think, because even what was it, even the newest, the last one we watched, which was Oldest View, which wasn't super long. It was about 50-ish minutes. This is literally hours of content. This is Marble Hornets almost level of content, amount of content that there is. So we have a big, we essentially have a big list, a big pile on our on my desk here for of a bunch of analog stuff, and it's gonna get pretty wacky at some points. If any of you guys are in America, then I'm sure this might hit a little bit more home for you than maybe perhaps for me. But we'll see. Great, I got a giant can of Pringles next to me. Let's go. I don't have any snacks. Unfortunately I don't have anything right now. I might go grab something later, but we'll see. I do have water. A pan of Kringles. A pan of Kringles. I got cookies. Yippee! Let's go. Cookies are good. Popcorn probably be really good for this series. I did eat a snack before streaming. Before hopping on stream with you guys. So I'm not super hungry. But we'll see. Maybe I will get pretty hungry. America fire. America, yep. If any of you guys are from America, I'm sure this will be you guys might understand more of it than perhaps I do. Cacao, yeah, cacao. It's always my my running gag on this channel with you guys to kind of poke fun at Americans, because there's some crazy stuff that goes on over there. I literally ate my snack right before stream. Oh no. Use this time to go grab another one. Don't worry. We'll probably go till about 20 minutes into the stream before we actually jump into it. So we got some time. But yes, waiting room as well, guys, for Inside is also up. Super excited to play that with you guys as well. I also have never played that. It's a game that has been recommended quite a few times actually. So I'm pretty excited to play that one too. It's very well beloved though. It's critically acclaimed. A lot of people know about it. A lot of people play it or have played it previously. It came out a long time ago. Now that I think about it, 2016. Gosh, I feel old, guys. Every time I see games that came out 10, 20 years ago, I feel so old. I feel so old, guys. I feel like an old man. No, don't diss my country. It's not dissing. We're not dissing. We don't diss here. I just poke a little bit of fun. I like poking fun. But yes. When it comes to Inside though, I also don't really know a lot about that game. It's also going to be a pretty long stream, I think, as well. Same as Monument Mythos today. So I'm still recovering though from the emotional damage from the last stream, guys, from Tyler's unfortunate demise from Manny's. I'm still a little heartbroken at that. I hope that he appears in Manny's too, but I'm really excited to play Manny's 2 whenever that drops, because we will for sure be playing it probably the same day that it comes out, I think, because that game was a bucket of fun. That game was so good. And yeah, I don't think we played. I think we played games that are like kind of schlocky bad before, but I don't think we've ever played a game that was poor Tyler. Yes, poor Tyler. Rest in peace, Tyler. He was the G. He started off. We love a dude with some lore, right? Because he started off as an annoying prick, but he definitely grew on us for sure. I'm still crying. Yes, I'm still devastated about Tyler. I miss him. I miss him desperately. It was cinematic. Yes, it was so cinematic. it felt like playing. I know that some games, they take inspiration from kind of horror games. They take inspiration from like B movies and that sort of thing. But I really do think that game encapsulated everything about B horror movies. He just wanted some PTO. Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, that was at the expense of our character. But yeah, he is. I'm super pumped for the next one. I'm really excited. But yes, guys. I'm pretty excited though about this Monument Mythos. I might actually take a look at I watched that VOD while drawing earlier, and it was funny how I looked away for 2 seconds and there was suddenly a giant demonic ritual happening, right? It was such a good game, though. It's so much fun. It was so much fun. So much fun. Thank you for watching the VOD, though. Thank you, River. Thank you. Thank you, anyone who's watching this in the future. Thank you as well for watching VOD, for watching the VOD. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys immensely. Thank you, everyone. But yes, I might be deferring to the wiki for Monument Mythos if I'm kind of confused or I'm a little lost on anything, just to kind of get some clarification, you know, because sometimes it's a little difficult for me to follow along with everything that is happening. So I may defer to that as well, to the fandom wiki page for it. Yes. Also, guys, like I said, I've been recording a lot of different videos for you guys for uploads while I'm gone. I've been recording some analog horror series. I'm not going to spoil which ones yet, but I have been recording some shorter ones that I may not be able to fit into a stream necessarily, or ones that I probably wouldn't cover on a stream. So I have been recording and editing those up for you guys. So look forward to those once I am on vacation, for you guys to check out, because I definitely comment as well on those when those come out, because I love to hear you guys' theories about it, since they will not be a stream, obviously. I still want to hear from you guys what you guys think of those analog horror series as well. No one asked me, but I'm playing Skate 3 as Walter White. Let's go. Breaking Bad is such a good series. Very good series. Me who rewatched these and does day-to-day stuff to Yuki VODs. Thank you, Silver. Thank you for watching the VODs. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. But yes, I think we'll wait a couple more minutes before getting into it. I might just pull up the Monument Mythos fandom. Like, let me see. Not all analog horror series get an entire thing dedicated to them, so I'm pretty surprised. Let me look for season 1. That way I can... Yeah, there we go. Okay, that way I can defer back to this if I have any questions or I'm a little lost on anything, because I feel like I will get lost for sure when it comes to these, because sometimes when it comes to watching these really lengthy analog horror series, I have a little bit of difficulty kind of processing what's happening, especially when there's a lot going on, and keeping track of everything, because especially for longer ones, a lot of stuff gets introduced, a lot of characters might potentially be introduced, a lot of lore building, that sort of thing. Usually when it comes to even movies and stuff, I usually watch them multiple times to kind of really get a good sense of the lore and the world of them. But obviously for analog horror, especially when I'm watching it on stream with you guys, I can't necessarily rewatch it immediately, you know. That's why for the videos, I am putting a little bit more for those shorter analog horror series that will be uploaded later. I'm putting a little bit more into them. I'm editing and making scripts for them, kind of talking and going over what happens in them and that sort of thing, so that it is a little bit easier for both me to follow, and I hope it's easier for you as well, for you guys as well to follow. But that's the fun about streams, is that, especially when I haven't seen any of these before, I think it's fun to theorize and talk about it on stream with you guys live. I think that's what, when it comes to the streaming aspect of it, that's a little bit more fun than just a straight upload, I think, because you guys fill me in on it. I'd make my own predictions and theories and stuff, and that sort of thing. So, and a lot of analog horror is just up to your own interpretation of it. I'm sure that most of the analog horror content creators do have a main thing that they're going for, but I think that some of the best analog horror series are the ones that kind of leave it up to your own interpretation, and it kind of leaves you to fill in the blanks for a lot of stuff, instead of just necessarily telling you or being very exposition heavy. Because the best rule in storytelling is always show, don't tell. If you guys are writing stories, or if you guys are writing stories, or you guys are doing anything similar to that vein, yes, one of the best it's a tried and true method is show, don't tell, guys. Show, don't tell. Because once it's very exposition heavy, I think it kind of takes a little bit of away of the mystique of it, and and that sort of thing. That's why I think art house films are always so successful, and usually, at least for me personally, why they hit a little bit more true to what I like. I may be late, but welcome in, Radio Cat. I may be late for any of the other series by accident, but you can count on me never being late for my favorite. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm glad that this one is your favorite. I'm glad that that you're looking forward to this one. We're just about to start, and like always, guys, make sure you go check out Mr. Manticore, who is the creator of this analog horror series of Monument Mythos. So definitely make sure you guys are checking them out and giving them support as well, because they put a lot of effort into this. So make sure you're giving them some support. That's what my high school creative writing teacher says as well. Yes, yes, yes. Always, always, always. Show don't tell. Show don't tell. Exposition is fine, and as long as it's serving to establish the world, I think. But even then, I would argue that some of my favorite shows, they don't necessarily lean too far into. They just kind of go. They don't tell you a lot of exposition about it. I do know. I have been watching a show recently. One of my favorite shows. It's an older show. I grew up watching it, but it was Firefly. I really like Firefly a lot. It's a sci-fi show. It's a science fiction show, and that one is it does vaguely show the world. Like it does do a exposition dump in the beginning of what the world is and that sort of thing, but for the most part it doesn't hold your hand. There aren't characters saying like, oh, this is how this works. It just throws you into this world, and I think it's very good. It's very sad that the show got canceled though, because it is one of my favorite TV shows, like live action TV shows. Glad I'm seeing an analog horror I've never seen before. Yes, so it's a first for you as well. I'm excited for all of you guys whose first time it is as well, because I'm pretty excited. This one's pretty highly regarded in the analog horror sphere. So I think though, guys, without further ado, we're gonna jump into it. We're just gonna go in, and we're gonna see what the Monument Mythos has in store for us. I'm pretty pumped. So let me move you guys over onto my other monitor so that I can still see you guys, see what you guys are saying before we jump into it. All right. I think we're good to go. I think we are good. All right, let me get you guys actually up on here. Might actually move you guys over just a smidgen over here. There we go. All right, that's good. Okay, think we're good. Okay. All right, guys, I think we're ready to go. Let's go. Look at how many there are. Holy moly, guys. Holy shit. All right, so season 1 of Monument Mythos. This is teaser. I don't think we'll watch the teaser. Fuck it, we'll watch the teaser. Whatever. What I will do, though, guys, is I will stop and read off your guys' chats. Just in case I do decide to cut this up later and upload the VOD. So I will be pausing at intervals to either at the end of every episode or at the end of or midway through an episode and read your guys' chats off if there are a lot of them. So all right, Monument Mythos, let's begin. Starting with the teaser. Monument Mythos. Let's go. Okay. Corner Folk. In 2011, Riley Tillon uploaded 3 videos describing an unseen presence in his home. A 4th video in 2013 raised concerns over his safety and prompted an official investigation. Upload number 1, October 20th, 2011.
Many dimensions intersect with their own. several of which are 2D planes. When two or more planes intersect, they form corners. Entities in the intersecting planes cannot perceive each other. They exist separately, in their own worlds.
What?
However, the corner folk can pass these boundaries and enter other planes. The corner folk are a trans-dimensional species. They are the only ones who can traverse the corners shaped by planes. Coincidentally, I believe that the corners of my own home align with several planes, for I have seen the corner folk in action, crossing the corners from one reality to another.
What? While making this video, I heard the corner folk and immediately got my camera. This is what I recorded. You're just immediately throwing everything I thought I knew out of the window, my guy? So early? We just started. Ooh. Replay at 0.5 speed. Are you sure that's not just your camera malfunctioning?
This leap requires massive amounts of energy that, when released, produces bright blue flashes. I have yet to discover the source of this energy, and the reason behind the cornerfolk crossings remains unknown.
They look like fairies or something. Upload number 2, October 27th, 2011. Cornerfolk update.
While I was at work,
that looks like a big-ass fucking spider, bro. What the fuck is that?
I used to think that they had to cross dimensions quickly, but the new footage has proven otherwise. When I'm not around, they take a break from traveling and exhibit micro-movements similar to dreaming animals. They must feel safe in these corners, which suggests that the corner folk's own home is made of similar structures.
What is going on?
The corner world is made of many plane intersections, allowing them to move freely without using up any energy.
Interesting world building.
Smaller corner folk have odd impressions on their skin, as though they had been pressed against many plane intersections at once. The corners likely belong to a nursery or a crib in their homeworld. A multitude of corners placed in close proximity could be used to secure the infant from leaving the corner world. Perhaps they only cross corners in search of food, the same way we only leave our homes for resources. The corner world may be used to raise young, while my own house's corners serve as rest stops of sorts.
This guy's got a nice voice. Upload number 3, December 16th, 2011. He's talking about stuff, but like it's going in one ear, out the other, because I feel like I'm not clever enough for this.
Dream of the corner world. I can't stop thinking about it.
There's like some quantum physics shit.
Calendar, I've spent entire weeks in my home, just drawing and describing the corner world on paper.
You going fucking crazy.
I lost my job last month due to repeated absences, but it really does feel like I just left the office this afternoon. When the corner folk jump, it feels as though they're taunting me. But I'm close to a solution. Regardless of whether my body survives the forces of the corner world or not, this much is certain. The fear of my own destruction will not prevent my entry.
So he's gonna try and enter? What? How's that even possible? Can you as a human even do that? What are you gonna do? Fucking squeeze into that Ant-Man into that little tiny corner? Okay. What the fuck? Oh my god, he tried it. Oh my god. I was joking. I mean, I guess it worked. Following his last upload, viewers requested a wellness check on Riley Tillon. Local authorities found Tillon asleep in the corner of his room. A closer examination revealed that his internal organs had been folded along various axes, warranting... Wait, what? Warranting immediate medical attention. What? How does that work? How is he even alive? During his recovery, Tillon avidly made origami despite claiming to have never been taught how to do so. As of 2020, he remains in the care of his friends. It's crazy how he even fucking lived. How did he even survive that? Your innards being folded? What does that even mean? How are your innards folded like that? August 2020. Okay, well, interesting start to the series already. Whatever the fuck corner folk are. I don't know how whether or not these will tie in later or what is going to go on with these. If these are potentially the main antagonists of the series, we'll see. I guess we'll definitely we'll get more info later. Creepy noise, right, brother? Ew, yeah, brother. Ew. His corner. He's going to join. Or he's going to jump in the corners till he gets in. Yeah, maybe he just keeps doing it. I mean, he got it first try though. William Afton on death. I don't like this noise. Yeah, he wants to move around. This is crazy. This is very interesting already. Interesting setup. I like where it's going. I like what's going on. Joyce, welcome in. Welcome. I did see you come in. Like I said before, I will be reading chats off after every video, or I will be pausing at intervals to read your guys' chats. So yeah, just sit back and enjoy, as I am. I'm just chilling. All right, Liberty Lurker. On to the next one. The following audio is an excerpt from an 1889 interview with the designer of the Statue of Liberty, Frederick August Bartholdi. What is that, French? In 1949, the statue underwent extensive renovations. The official blueprints behind the changes, titled STLI, can't read that fast, was classified for 36 years. Okay. Provide entrance for sustenance, install engine to... I can't... This problem with some of these analog horror series, guys, is I can't read that fast. Install engine to assist with eventual departure. Okay, so this is the blueprint of the Statue of Liberty. Engine. Axle. What is there an engine inside the Statue of Liberty for? You're telling me the Statue of Liberty's got wheels? Train. Okay. During summer of 1954, thousands of immigrants described a foul odor while passing through Ellis Island. Ooh, okay.
Se già la costa è così, diceva mio padre, immaginate quanto puzzeranno le città. Ricordo di aver sentito altre famiglie dire quasi scherzosamente che volessero tornare a Milano per via dell'odore. La mia famiglia aveva spruzzato profumo e acceso candele per tenere lontano il fetore, ma funzionava solo per un'ora o giù di lì, finché l'aria diventava di nuovo.
So the Statue of Liberty smells?
Le serate
confirmed?
calde. Rimasi per lo più sveglia, anche se il resto della mia famiglia dormiva profondamente. Ricordo che guardavo fuori dalla finestra ogni notte e vedevo figli di persone che venivano condotte alla statua della
Ooh, that's what that smell's coming from.
Se solo fossero saliti sul piedistallo, i funzionari se ne sarebbero andati e non sarebbe successo nient'altro. La mattina seguente però ci sarebbe stato un odore peggiore, come un mattatoio.
The Ellis Island Immigration Station closed the following November, August 1985, first sighting of the Liberty Lurker. Oh shit, it's moving. Upon investigation, local authorities liken the waste storage compartment to a mass grave. You have family members who were last seen at Ellis Island between the years of 1949 and 1954. You may be entitled to compensation. Okay, lot to unpack there. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Well. So it seems like they were planning for this, well, even back during the creation of the Statue of Liberty. Welcome in, Baxter, and welcome some guy named Josh. Welcome in, Josh. Welcome. How are you enjoying the Dean verse? You'll find out what that means later. I'm pretty intrigued already. We're only two episodes in. I'm pretty intrigued at what is happening though. So, yeah. So apparently this guy was a part of the people that made the Statue of Liberty, and I guess people wonder why the pedestal is so much taller than the lady. Okay, so that's why. So it's for the bodies that were being lowered into the Statue of Liberty. Did I miss anything good? I'm very busy. No problem, Baxter. No problem. But yes, we are. We're just starting. We're just starting. Very interesting premise, though. Very interesting setup. So, okay. Pretty self-explanatory, though. I feel like the production of this is very, very good. We got a little bit of a glimpse of whatever is inside the Statue of Liberty right there. So, all right. That is going to be it for this one. We're going to go into the next one. August 7th, 2003, the National Park Service finds the Mount Rushmore National Memorial vandalized. Mass murder, something monument. The US government can fund mass murder if it's labeled as a national monument. Oh, so this is in relation to the Statue of Liberty. Everyday executions occur in 2,600 American landmarks. The blood of liberty will be avenged. I mean, right? It seems like people are rightfully pissed. The souls of Lincoln will be freed. So is it every national monument that people are being sacrificed to? August 14th, 2003, more messages are found on Mount Rushmore. Infection. I will introduce infection next week, Monday to Sunday, 10:12 to 10:13 p.m. Infection? What does that mean? Due to security concerns, the National Park Services assigns patrols for the next 7 nights. The patrols are told to videotape all anomalies from 10:12 to 10:13. Monday. Is that a bomb? What the fuck was that? Tuesday. Is that what the infection is? We're gonna see some tentacles pop out of the noses here. Crazy that something like this is actually real. This looks like the Hokage, the Hokage statues from Naruto. Gonna see some mouth open up or something. How do you even sacrifice something to this thing? It's just a fucking rock. Just a big rock. Thursday. Are we playing like Where's Waldo? Because I don't see anything changing. What is that? That is so blurry. Oh my, wait, are the eyes moving? I noticed that the eyes are moving. Or am I just seeing things? Remove lens cap. Remove lens cap. Sunday. That is horrifying. Oh, whoa! What? Mount Rushmore smells like just like baby powder nowadays. Interesting analogy. I think it comes from the stuff that workers put on the heads. Yeah, I see them do it all the time. They go from Washington to Lincoln every night, powdering it like a baby. What the fuck does that mean? What? Let me read your guys' chats. This is like a promotion campaign they did for Black Ops 6. Oh, interesting. Um, that's written on Rushmore. How did anyone reach up there to write it? I mean, rock climbing, I'd imagine. Morse code. Oh, is it Morse code? Can't believe they did my boy Roosevelt like that. I wonder if these tapes are real or are CGI, like in other, oldest view. I actually don't know. Could be. I actually don't know though. Maybe since this is older, maybe it's just actual footage that is then edited. Oh wait, Rushmore Revenge. Okay, that's what the title of this is. Hannah McEllery, local photographer. Rushmore Revenge, a film. Yep. Okay, I actually want to go back and see what this was. Okay, so it's got spikes growing out of it or something. I guess I'm assuming this is what the infection is. And also earlier they were talking about, I'm guessing these are people who are not happy with what has been happening over the past decade, I'm guessing, or however long this has been going on, for souls being fed to these monuments. Keep an eye on tall objects and trees. Thank you, Infinity Zero. I'll keep an eye on him. I'll keep an eye. Rushmore is on stolen Native American land, so maybe that's what the revenge means. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. The only thing about climbing is it's a federal site and has decent security. Oh, okay. But this takes place in the past, no? So I don't think this takes place currently. I also don't know how this relates yet to Cornerfolk, because that took place in, what was it, 2011 or something like that? So it takes place in the decently, and I would argue it takes place more in the present than when these are taking place, I'm assuming. But yeah, Souls of Lincoln will be freed. Mass murder. Yeah, so obviously something's going on here. I'm assuming that the infection thing is what was happening. This is 2003. Oh, okay. I thought this takes place in relation to the previous one. You're right, 2003. Okay. I thought it was taking place during the time of the Liberty Lurker one. There's a lot of timeline stuff that I know that goes along with this analog horror series. So forgive me, guys, if I am a little oblivious to it. There's going to be a lot I'm assuming to keep up with when it comes to the timeline stuff, because it seems like we're already hopping through a bunch of different timeline stuff. First, got to be very unlucky timeline. It's crazy. Yeah. So when it comes to the timeline stuff, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in any of my theories or predictions or just analysis stuff, because yeah, it seems like we're going to be hopping around a lot in time. So, but I do see it says August 18th, 2003. So, all right. I think that is it for this one. We're going to go ahead and move on to the Alcatraz attack. I'll try and keep in mind though the dates though, the dates more. Alcatraz Island 2 days before therapy. Map of Pacific Branch United States Military Prison, Alcatraz. I like this aesthetic that they have going on for the maps. Fortifications. For the blueprints and stuff. Tunnel. Reservoirs. Water tower. Morgue. Stockade / yard. Detector shed. Main prison. Remember the theme in the name Alcatraz is important. Tennis courts. Alcatraz Island 1 day before therapy. What is therapy? Alcatrazosis. Wait, are those the corner folk? Is that what those things are? This looks similar to the corner folk stuff that we were seeing in the first video. Alcatraz Island radiation therapy number 1. Oh, radiation therapy. Okay. Are they trying to kill whatever's in it, or? Projected movements. So something looks like it came out of there. 1950. $1975, 1980, 1985. Is this showing that it's spreading? Alcatraz Island 1 day after therapy. Wait, what is that? Huh? What is happening? What am I looking at? As of 2020, the Alcatraz zone extends to West Texas. So it multiplied? Alcatraz attack. Okay, so October 2020. Okay, so this is the timeline 2020. All right. Well, we got another thing. Does Alcatraz count as a monument? I don't know. All right, I'll read off your guys' chats. Remember, the name Alcatraz is important. You literally have to treat this like it's a history class to keep up with, or to keep up, which is why I love it. Anyone remember Mob of the Dead? That's mitosis. Oh, okay. So the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. New therapy method just dropped. They are trying to kill Alcatraz itself. Oh, okay. I see. That's what I'm assuming is they're trying to destroy the island or kill whatever's inside of it. Is it going to destroy San Francisco? I don't know yet. We'll see. It's a prison cell. Get it? Oh, okay. No, October 2020 is when it was released. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so I guess it said at the end there that Alcatraz Island extends to West Texas. Alcatraz zone. What is the Alcatraz zone? I'm a little lost. I'd be quitting any job. I would be working in this timeline if I saw a whole island commit mitosis. Yeah, so does that mean that the Alcatraz zone has extended? Like how does that work? Extra info in the description? Let me see. 2003. Okay, so this is 2003. Alcatraz attack continues to baffle the scientific community. Okay, so let's see what other people in the comments are saying. In the section projected movement, Alcatraz mostly rotates rotates in place until 1970, and only then it starts to move towards the coast in real life. The prison closed down in 1963. That means all this time the bodies of dead prisoners were being fed to the Ooh, okay, I see. I see. However, after prison closed down, they no longer had a steady source of sustenance, so it started heading towards the mainland in search of new food sources. Okay, so it's moving. Yeah, so that's what you guys are talking about, the powerhouse of the cell. I see. Okay, interesting, interesting. All right, I think I understand what's going on now. I would quit everything. That sounds terrifying, right? Yeah, it's helpful. It's helpful context and other info is almost all of them. Okay, so um, we're really gonna have to be paying attention, I guess, for this one. Does a living cell require a tennis court? I don't know. Does it? Does it? You guys tell me. You can think of it as cloning. Oh, interesting, interesting. But all right, guys, we're gonna move on to dead democracy. Dead democracy now. Or wait, Dean democracy. Okay, there we go. A look back at America's history.
During a program of ABC Evening News, anchor Peter Jennings told viewers to look forward to next week for a special broadcast of national significance. Jennings would continue to remind viewers of the special broadcast over the next 7 nights, even referring to it at one point as the most unprecedented announcement in recent history. A week after its first mention, Jennings reminded viewers of the special broadcast one last time, asking them to pay attention later that night for an exclusive look at the greatest gift to the American people. Due to the anticipation built over the week, over 60 million Americans tuned into ABC, waiting for the evening news to end and for the special broadcast to begin. There were countless theories as to what would occur, from the announcement of alien life to the declaration of an all-out nuclear war.
Dean democracy.
Was brewing intensely. Once the evening news program ended, a black screen with a 10-second countdown commenced with the title Dean Democracy. Some viewers, so terrified of the threat of nuclear war, reportedly experienced nervous breakdowns and ran down the street, declaring that Dean Democracy was the code name for an all-out nuclear holocaust. Yet once the countdown ended, all fears were soon replaced with tears of joy and an excitement not seen since the end of World War II.
What are we waiting for? Let's bring them back home.
Dean for president.
In the seconds following James Dean's presidential announcement, hundreds of thousands of neighborhoods erupted into celebration.
Guys, who is James
Although
Dean?
other candidates had promised to end the Vietnam War, none had so accurately expressed the same anger that they had felt, which Dean had perfectly conveyed in a 15-second broadcast. Due to popular demand, the ABC Evening News was canceled the next night, replaced by a 30-minute loop of James Dean's presidential announcement. The broadcast was watched again by over 38 million Americans, and the parties continued for the rest of the week. Due to repeated assassination attempts on Robert Kennedy, the Democratic Party presidential debates were canceled for the 1968 election season.
I'm having a feeling that this isn't actual history.
No issue for Dean, as polls indicated that he was in the lead for the entirety of 1968.
Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
Despite having had fewer public appearances and rallies than any other candidate. The strength of his campaign relied on the powerful advertisements he directed that would air every Friday evening on ABC. The series of programs would be considered by
Smart.
many as another weekly TV series and went on to become the highest-rated TV show on television after the conclusion of Star Trek in 1967.
Hey, yo, Star Trek shout out. Let's go.
Although a presidential debate was eventually scheduled 2 weeks before the election, James Dean instead invited opponent Richard Nixon to a track to race cars on the same night. Although reluctant at first, Nixon eventually agreed and went to spend the entire day with Dean, reportedly even telling the actor, "To hell with it, I'm voting for you. You're already a better president than I'll ever be." This statement, although only a rumor, would spread like wildfire in tabloids and permanently curbed Nixon's chance for victory.
Okay.
On the morning of November 1st, 1968, 4 days before Election Day, anti-Dean groups hijacked radio channels and told civilians they were fed up with James Dean and that television was ruining American youth. After the broadcast, the groups
Hear
went
that,
on to
guys?
cut hundreds
Television's
of power
ruining
lines in the
American youth.
Southeast, effectively preventing any of Dean's presidential ads from reaching
If any of you guys are in America, my condolences.
Dean quickly heard of the incident and, despite the risk of an assassination, flew down to the south and quickly went to work with local electricians to repair the broken power lines. James Dean would be met with a supportive crowd, primarily younger voters who were eager to see a younger face back in the White House. Elderly white conservatives, often the parents of the younger supporters, remained in their houses and occasionally peered through their window blinds to catch a glimpse of the handsome candidate. Although it wasn't known to Dean at the time, hate groups in the South had perpetuated the idea that he was Satan in disguise, and cited his good looks and his love for jazz as being clear signs of the devil.
I like jazz? What? I like jazz and I have good looks? Come on. James Dean's America in 1969. What is this?
James Dean is no man.
He's a skinwalker. Produced by Anti-Dean Association. What? You gotta love that.
Would be the only demographic unfazed by his campaign. Yet Dean continued to travel from state to state, repairing power lines for 4 days straight until the very morning of the election.
Interesting.
On November 5th, 1968, James Dean received 75% of the popular vote with 395 electoral votes.
Okay.
Nixon congratulated Dean in a phone call the following morning, but Dean refused to acknowledge the win and instead asked to race cars again at the track.
Interesting.
On January 20th, 1969, James Dean held his inaugural address at the official Capitol Raceway. Although presidents in the past had speeches that were typically around 20 minutes, Dean spoke for less than a minute.
I have a speech, and it has the flotsam that you people expect to hear. But that's not fair. No, that's not fair at all. I'm here for all of you. It's only fair that you speak for yourselves. My words shouldn't be louder than yours. So I brought many other guests to speak. They're just people like you and I. In the same time that many other presidents have spoken by themselves, America will speak. Thank you.
Nice. Okay. I like it. Sounds what he's saying sounds okay.
Many groups to the microphone, including
Am I
civil
wrong?
rights activists and Native American families. Martin Luther King Jr. would also come forward to speak in his first appearance since an attempt on his life 9 months prior. President Dean would conclude the inauguration with a brief bongo performance and went on to race Richard Nixon at the track. In subsequent presidential inaugurations, those who disagreed with the elected president would instead celebrate Dean Democracy Day and protest
Dean
by
Democracy
watching Dean's
Day.
unique take on the address in place of the actual one. In a televised address, President Dean planned to inform Americans of his first 90 days in office. However, 6 seconds into the broadcast, the audio cut out and remained absent for the remainder of the speech. Although anti-Dean groups claimed responsibility and took pride in the sabotage, many civilians claimed that it benefited the president. The silent broadcast highlighted President Dean's sincere facial expressions and lively disposition, as opposed to the stern and stiff personalities of prior administrations. Viewers were proud to see a man in his prime at the most important position in the country. Ironically, President Dean's popularity grew after the technical difficulty. And film director Stanley Kubrick went on to call the broadcast
Stanley
the greatest
Kubrick, ayo?
silent film ever made.
What? Is this a puff? Is this like some sort of propaganda piece for Dean? What is going on here? Okay, so what does this have to do with everything else? I'm lost. Who the fuck is Dean? Well, I mean, we know who he is. We just got his whole life story, but what is going on here? What does this have to do with everything else? So he's claiming to preach for the people. During the Vietnam War, he says that he wants to bring the soldiers back, which is what is aligning with the public's opinions. And I guess he's just a very charismatic figure. And that's what led to him becoming president. Something seems a little off. Archivist notes, excerpt from the 2002 documentary Dean Democracy, a look back at America's 37th president. Okay. Comes president, immediately races a car, plays bongo after giving a speech, refuses to elaborate. He concludes his speech with bongos. Okay, so... All right, so guys, what is this? What am I looking at? I'm gonna read your guys' chats. James Dean is a woman. Josh, were you there for the vice president? She part of the series? Okay, that's you guys are talking about spoilers. I'm not gonna get into that. Description. I mean, I'm looking at the description. What about it? I mean, I know that he's the president, but what is going on? Screw Dean? Why are we what's wrong with Dean? This entire documentary has told me that we're supposed to like Dean and that he's done nothing wrong. So why don't we like Dean, huh? What's wrong with Dean? Laura Roll, welcome in as well. Welcome, and welcome in. I'm Spicy Sad. Welcome. But okay, so Dean must go? What do you mean Dean must go? What's wrong with Dean? No worries, that was from earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go earlier than usual. Wish you all a fun watch along. Thanks for stopping by, River. Thank you. Hope you have a good rest of your day or night. Always remember names in this series. Okay, so do I got to take out a sticky note for this shit? All right, we're gonna take out some sticky notes. Where are my sticky notes? Okay, so all right, if we're gonna do this, so James Dean, right? First one, James Dean. Saying Dean is a good guy is like saying Griffith did nothing wrong. I mean, I like Griffith from Berserk. What do you mean? If we're talking about Berserk, that is. I like Griffith from Berserk. Also, what we said earlier is from the retcon portion. Okay. So there's a retcon portion? What? Okay, so James Dean. I'm gonna start writing names down. James Dean. 37th president. All right, we got our first name. Video's propaganda, then the person is likely bad. Okay. I mean, yeah, you're right. All right, so we got our notes. Any other names I should be writing down? Anything else? Dean equals Griffith. I mean, Griffith from Berserk, I liked him until he turned bad. I liked him in the Golden Age arc. All right. I don't know really what you're watching is under half of what the old version of the series had. Oh my goodness. All right, well, we're getting through it. So, all right, we're gonna go to the next one. We're gonna go to the next one. Air Force One Angel. August 17th, 2003, Air Force One made an unannounced trip across the continental United States. Many civilians claim to have seen the aircraft drop packages on various national monuments. 2003, same time as the Rushmore one, right, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. Same time as Rushmore Revenge. Is this what the infection thing is? Is what I'm wondering. Not the Golden Gate Bridge in all the movies, no! Alcatraz, okay, I see. Is this what started the Alcatraz? Yup, this is what started the Alcatraz incident. Is there something inside of there? What is that? What is that thing? White House officials later disclosed that the unusual flight of Air Force One was unauthorized and unmanned. Interesting. The lone figure seen inside the plane, dubbed the Air Force One Angel, has yet to be identified by federal authorities. Okay. Why they couldn't take any other plane is beyond me, but... Okay. Well, I guess we got our answer of what this thing is. Or what caused the other ones, right? Brain. I can see it. I once described the Monument Mythos as being similar to Team Fortress 2 lore. I do not know Team Fortress 2 lore. The Monument method goes into some pretty insane places, so buckle up. I'm ready. I'm ready to see some insane places. So 2003, this is before everything else, right, guys? This is before the Rushmore Revenge. This was before the Alcatraz thing, whatever, Alcatraz attack, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So, and it all started from this, which was an unmanned Air Force One airplane. Why it had to be an Air Force One airplane, I don't know. Why it couldn't just take any other airplane? I guess it just liked the Air Force One airplane, maybe. And we get to see the Angel, supposedly. Same day? Is it the same day? Is this what the infection is, though? Is this what the infection that was being discussed was about? I guess that would kind of make sense because they said that the infection, they're going to start doing the infection stuff every day of the week or something like that. So I'm assuming if it's a plane that's flying, then I don't know, guys. I'm a little lost. I'll check the description. I'll check the comments. We'll take a look, see what is in here. So Archivist notes, it remains a mystery how the Angel bypassed the anti-burglar doors of Air Force One. The doors' jagged sides and sophisticated lock mechanisms were designed to ensure that no Slim Jim would be effective. Whatever, I don't know that analogy, but if you have a choice between taking a nice car or a crappy car for doing a crime spree, you take the nice car. Okay, I guess I can't argue with that mentality. Peculiar distortions and in the plastic doorway of the main entrance were attributed to the Angel. Peculiar distortions in the plastic doorway of the main entrance were attributed. Okay. Nearly all existing photographs and videos of the angel were taken at stops Air Force One made during the flight. Nearly all existing photographs and videos of angel were taken at stops. Okay, so it stopped. It actually stopped at each place. Air Force One was successfully shot down when it re-entered the restricted airspace of Washington, D.C. Okay, so it's gone. You'll need a whole whiteboard, which is what Wendigoon did. I don't know if I'm going to go that crazy. I think we're going to keep it at names. I don't know if we're going to do dates. I don't think we're going to do dates and all of that, but we're going to do names. I'll keep it at names. All right. All right, guys. So, all right. I understand. I get what's going on here. The infection that hit Mount Rushmore was dropped by air. Yes. So I am correct. The infection was motivated by revenge. Air Force One flew over Mount Rushmore, so the Air Force One angel is an avenging angel, which makes sense, which ties into the Rushmore one. Statue of Liberty was missing from its pedestal during the drop, I believe, correct? What's going on? You're gonna want to get into L from Death Note squat position. Maybe. This is gonna be a pretty long stream, I can already tell. So we'll see. I did say earlier that we'll see how far we get. This might just be season 1 of Monument Mythos, and then season 2 will be another stream. So we'll see how far we get into this one. But so far, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. This is very interesting. I'm having a lot of fun talking about it with you guys. So I think I understand what's going on so far. I'm keeping up. So I think I'm doing a pretty good job. So we're gonna go on to the next one, guys, which is Lincoln Looker. L is the ultimate gamer. I don't think L games. I think he just eats sweets and solves crimes. Lincoln Looker. All right. Maya
was a Lincoln Looker for 2
Arnoldson.
It was terrifying. One moment you're at home answering the door, and the next you're stuck in some kind of suit. The smell was awful in there, and the metal seat was so cold. The
Former
only thing
Lincoln
you can
Looker.
do is look through 2 little holes. It was some kind of mask, and whenever the sun shined near, I could see the inside of it. It was a familiar face. Every few nights, straws would be put through the holes, and someone would feed me some weird soup. After 2 weeks, they found out that they had misidentified me, and I wasn't the correct Lincoln Looker. Reagan apologized to me personally, and I was released with some monetary compensation. They don't care if I talk about it or not. No one would take me seriously. Lincoln looking is just too absurd.
Mask drawn by Maya Arnoldson. What the fuck is a Lincoln Looker? Leonard W. Moreland.
We dislike more than everyone else. Not usually famous or important, but they've done something that's affected us personally. Often you're the only person who remembers this act. But I've been that bad, but memory hurts. Everyone experiences this, and the president is no exception. Except he can do something about it. Every president can choose one person to be a Lincoln Looker. After their alibi is fabricated, the person is abducted from their home, and they stay a Lincoln Looker for as long as the president sits in office. Nobody can question his decision, and there's no trial. You might be surprised, but it's nothing new. It's been a tradition. Lincoln Lookers have been around for a very long time.
Due to rumors that Lincoln Lookers were imprisoned behind presidential portraits, White House officials publicly removed and reinstalled the portraits to demonstrate that no space existed to hold Lincoln Lookers. Portrait 1, while behind Portrait 1, Portrait 2, while behind Portrait 2. Howard Melrose.
Hello. We are not available now.
Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Hey, Eunice. It's Howard. I don't know what I just saw. I was at the top of the steps, reading the inscriptions and talking to visitors, when I started to hear a faint scratching sound. I didn't think much of it at first, but when I got close to the chair, I realized that the scratching was coming from inside the marble. So I went to a guard and asked whether she could do anything about animals that could be trapped in there. She told me not to worry about it, and that they'd take care of it once there were fewer visitors. A few minutes passed, and the scratching became much louder. I went back to the guard and asked what kind of animals usually got stuck in there, and she said, wild animals. The sound started to make visitors anxious. I remember one boy pulling so hard at his mother's hand, begging to leave. A blind girl with one of those canes went up to the chair and pressed her head against it to listen. Then she started crying. Her parents tried to pull her away, but she just began to hit the chair with her cane. That's when the guards asked everyone to go back down the steps. I don't know why, and it's going to sound crazy, but I felt compelled to help. So I went to the blind girl and joined her in hitting the marble.
Ooh.
The guards tried to pin us down, but the scratching became too loud for even them. It sounded like someone was shaving down a chalkboard. Eventually the marble began to crack, and a few more hits caused the crevice to expand all the way to the top of the chair. There was a sudden burst of air from the damage, and the head suddenly turned toward us. I was afraid it would fall, so I picked the girl up and went down a few steps. The head slowly rotated back into place, and when it started to be pushed upwards, I took out my camera.
Much for there being no Lincoln lookers, right, guys? Are we gonna get to see the photo? Howard Melrose recorded the following images. Yup. So much for it being like there is no war in Ba Sing Se, am I right, guys? Oh god. That is horrifying. Ooh, what was that? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on a second. So there's something inside of the Lincoln Memorial, right? Right before he spoke. Because the deep stare is listening. I guess you hide as Lincoln, then you look. Trapped inside. So are people trapped inside, or is there something else inside of the statue? Let me see. Archivist notes, none. Okay, well, that's not very helpful. Yes, this is the person that I want imprisoned inside the Lincoln Memorial for my entire presidency. It's a tradition, guys. It's just tradition. Well, utter nonsense. Reagan would never pay someone. What? When I become president, that kid from middle school who made me eat a beetle in front of the entire class had better watch his back. Oh my god, what is this comment section? Joyce, good night. I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by, Joyce. Thank you. If I had So, okay, very interesting. So people were trapped and imprisoned inside of the Lincoln Memorial. Interesting. And people were trying to say that there's no one trapped inside of it. There's no way. It's fine. Stuck in my own trap as my bones collapse. Remember that I always come back. Who would you make into a Lincoln looker? Me? I can't think of anyone, guys. I'm sorry. I can't. I would never wish that upon someone. Senior prank. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, but it said portraits too. So what are these portraits for? Lincoln lookers were in prison. I guess they're not in prison behind the portraits, maybe? Because does that mean there's someone in prison behind every single portrait? Or is it inside the statue? Which one is it? I'd put you in there. Hey, don't put me in there. That's not nice. That's not nice. Come on now. Come on. But okay, so interesting. I don't really understand. I understand, but I don't understand. We're starting to get into the kind of more bizarre things now. So we're going to move on to Washington Wormhole, which is the next one. The people weren't behind the Porsches because they were in the Lincoln statue. Being a Lincoln. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you for the clarification. I see. All right. Washington Wormhole. The special tree.
The forest fell swiftly as the lumberjack swung, except for the special tree, which could not be stung. She missed her friends and the hymns they sung, so she started a tune that broke the man's lung.
Timeline of events. A tree. Yay, a timeline. Yay. 1840. First photograph of this special tree is taken. Looks like a big root. 1846. Something's being built around it. Construction begins. This is the Washington Monument, right? 1861 to 1865. Construction halts due to American Civil War. Prisoners of war are seen being led into unfinished tower. So they're feeding it, just like the Statue of Liberty. 1888. Construction is completed. That's where Spider-Man jumped off in Spider-Man Homecoming. 1910, visit the Washington Monument and listen closely. Hear the music within its walls. 10 cents per head. Okay. I'm assuming this is done to get people in there so that it can eat people. (1910 to 1971). 20 individuals disappear while visiting the Washington Monument. The missing visitors are known as Washington absentees. Washington standard standard operation. Classified film title Washington Standard Operation is leaked by news agencies. All right. Monument entrance door. Hoisting cable. Sound waves. Oh shit, it just drops him. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Okay. That's pretty morbid. That's pretty fucked up, if you ask me. 2000. The infection is nigh. The music of Washington will end. The Washington Monument is vandalized. The infection is nigh. Okay. Yep. I already read that. (2003). So this is where everything started happening. 2003 is the hotspot area. Why is this filmed on a potato cam? Got a little tentacle growing out. Just the tip. Oh god. Oh, what the fuck was that? All 19 Washington absentees are found unconscious at the base of the monument. 19? 2003? Washington wormhole. What the fuck is going? What? Oh my god, what the fuck did I just watch? I feel like I just watched it and I was reading it, but I was not comprehending anything. What the fuck? What is going on here? This is insane. So 2003, all 19 missing people were found at the base of the monument. These are people from 1910, right? 1910 to 1970 or something like that? Yeah, 1910 to 1971. Keep the last absentee in mind. What was the last? Who's the last one? Who's the last absentee? So, okay. I'm literally getting into L position, guys. Trying to figure this shit out. It's starting. Okay, so what is the... It looks like the tip like extends or something? Like, what is going on here? What the fuck is going on here, bro? That looks so strange. You'll get an answer about the absentee later. Okay. But you're telling me all absentees just show up from 1910 to 1970? Just showing up in 2000? What is happening? Put on the L music too. The water reflection in the poster specifically the tree's reflection. I'll take a look. What is this? Oh, yeah, you're right. What is that? What is that in the reflection? Interesting. Or wait. What is that? What is that? It reacted to all the stone built around it. It doesn't like the stuff on it. I am so confused. Hold on. Are there any notes? Okay, yes. Archivist notes. Footage from 2003 event may trigger seizures in people with photosensitive epilepsy. Includes a newly restored clip from Washington Standard Operation film. Damage is no longer visible. 20th Washington absentee has been identified. Okay. Interesting. Something you'll understand. Okay. The first photo. I'm not reading that super chat off, or not super chat. I'm not reading that chat off. I'm sorry. I cannot. Okay, so 20 individuals disappear, all 19 Washington. Okay, so the 20th individual disappeared, all 19 absentees reappear. Okay. Little lost. This is where I'm starting to get a little confused. So, all right. We're going to the next one. We're going to go to Delaware Double. Okay. Delaware River Journal. Delaware River, USA.
Made by two fishermen has sent shockwaves across the nation. Around 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve, Ralph Grassman and Michael Tillman were reeling in their last batch of catfish when something on the ice caught their eye. He looked like a bicorn, one of those hats from way back when, said Grassman, the other of the two who had also organized the trip. Grassman walked down the ice to retrieve the hat. When he pulled back the hat from the ice, tumbled back in shock at the sight of a human scalp, partially exposed from the ice. Tillman walked over
that must be an interesting fishing day.
To remove the rest of the body from the ice. The effort took several hours, but by 10 p.m. the fishermen were able to pull the entire body from the ice with no further damage. Although both men had presumed that the individual was already dead for some time, Tim exclaimed in shock when he reportedly saw the individual's eyelid twitch.
Oh, what?
Grassman suggested to immediately take the body home and attempt to revive the frozen man. They proceeded to carry it back to
What an
Grassman's
interesting
apartment,
day to tell
where they
your
laid the
friends
body
about, am I
in a
right?
bathtub, gradually raising the water's temperature throughout the night to prevent shock. Grassman claims to have learned this technique from a pulp magazine he had read as a child. At 2 a.m. the following morning, Tillman claimed that an individual briefly regained consciousness and shouted, "Victory or death," while Grassman rested in the living room. By 7 a.m., the frozen individual appeared to have relapsed into a deep coma, which prompted Grassman to phone the local authorities. And that's why he hadn't called medical personnel earlier. Grassman told reporters that
You just find an old dead guy from hundreds of years ago on your fishing trip. Makes sense.
And rushed the frozen man to the Delaware State Hospital. Throughout the experience, both fishermen thought that the individual's face seemed vaguely familiar. It was only when Tillman pulled out a dollar bill that the connection was fully made. When we first dug him out,
What is happening? What the fuck is this? What am I watching?
Because they were completely frozen over. By death, we saw the clothes without ice, and we could have no doubt that we dug out George Washington. Although Delaware State Hospital...
Am I getting paid for that? For digging out George Washington?
Grassman brought the bicone hat from the previous day to the Delaware History Museum, where historians confirmed to be an authentic piece from the 18th century. The validation raised more questions than answers, as further research revealed that no Washington reenactors or artifacts have been reported missing. Grassman believes that the man he dug out from the ice is the true George Washington, and that the former president had become gravely ill while crossing the Delaware River. Grassman claims that the imminent death of Washington could have been devastating to the war effort, so his condition was likely kept secret by having a double acting as the president until 1797. And asked for an explanation to why the body had been found so far from the site of the battle, Grassman replied, either drifted away or his men purposely planned...
But how the fuck is he alive?
During Saturday's morning press conference, President Dean shared his thoughts on the discovery in 2 words. I'm surprised.
What is happening? I feel like I'm going fucking crazy. Did I just watch this? You're telling me they dug out George Washington, the first president of the United States. Washington, what do you mean they have rights now? Washington, after waking up and finding war was long over, did we win? What is happening? What the fuck? I am so confused. I have so many questions. What? How the fuck was he alive? Where did he come from? Washington's presumed death was kept secret. Washington became unfit for duty. A double served for the rest of his presidency. Keep an eye on the air date. Wait, when did it air? When was this? When did this air? When did this air? 2020, December 2020. Okay, so I was expecting 2003. Archivist notes partially restored. Man was in cryostasis. I'm surprised. I love how James Dean is basically the comic relief of this series. President Dean, we found George Washington alive. Neat. So anyways, about racing cars. What are we watching right now? I'm so fucking confused, guys. What is this? No, that's the release date. So when did this come out? I don't see any other dates here.
Around 4 p.m. discovery.
Before that part, I thought it said 2019.
2 fishermen have sent shockwaves across the nation. Around 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve, men the house agreed to fishermen had pursued.
I don't know. I don't think it said anything.
had been found so far from planet, Sergeant Dean shared his thoughts on the discovery in 2 words.
I mean, I'm lost. I'm confused. I don't know what's happening. All right, we're just gonna move into the next one, guys. I don't know what to say. George Washington's alive, I guess. I don't know. Virginia in Wonderland. Recollection of the Tragedy by John D. Rockefeller. 1937.
During the first winter of the center's construction,
I'm so fucking confused.
a Christmas tree just outside the entrance. It was an uncanny sight to see a green fir stand in the middle of what appeared to be a no man's land. But this tree, humbly ordained with strings of cranberries, buttons, and tin cans, greatly affected me. It demonstrated that even in the
Rockefeller?
darkest times,
Is that
the
important?
American people will light the beacons of hope. I thought it could
I have a
be
feeling we
the start
shouldn't
of
be
a great
trusting
and
any trees right about
inspiring
now.
so I traveled north to Babylon in search of a Christmas tree for the following year.
Yeah, in this series, I think we're not supposed to trust the trees, I think.
For 12 days and 12 nights, Mr. Rockefeller looked for the best tree in the forest. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? No, no, it's much too short. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? No, no, it's much too tall. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? No, no, it's much too average. Mr. Rockefeller soon feared that he would leave empty-handed. Then, on the 12th night, just as he was packing up his stuff, Mr. Rockefeller heard the sweetest tune in the air. It sounded as though the very wind itself had fallen in love. He and his
Fuck
men
that tree.
followed the song and found themselves at the base of a very, very special tree.
Fuck
How
no.
about this
Fuck
one,
that
Mr.
tree.
Rockefeller? It's perfect. For the rest of the night, the men swung their axes at the special tree. Chop, chop, chop. However, when the sun rose, the tree was still standing.
Not a
The
tree.
axes had left no marks at all. Mr. Rockefeller was surprised. The next day, Mr. Rockefeller and his men laid 100 sticks of dynamite around the tree. 3, 2, 1, boom! Yet, the special tree continued to stand. Mr. Rockefeller was surprised. So Mr. Rockefeller decided to hire the best team of grave diggers to take the tree out of the ground. After a week of digging, they told Mr. Rockefeller the tree will be out in 3 years at this rate. Mr. Rockefeller was surprised, but he decided to let the grave diggers work. He would pick the next 3 best trees for the next 3 Christmases. But by the 4th year, the special tree was ready to
They actually
be
got it out. I'm surprised. I thought it was just gonna keep going. Okay. What is the tragedy?
For the last 2 years, I have seldom mentioned the tragedy that occurred at the center. Many have taken offense at my silence, claiming it to be the result of a desensitization to workplace accidents. Indeed, I have seen enough accidents in 3 lifetimes, but nothing could have prepared me for what happened at the center. For some time now, my friends have blamed the center's original construction workers for the tragedy, since it was their very own Christmas tree that had started the whole tradition. But the truth is that their tree brought joy and wonder to the public. It was my tree, and my tree alone, that brought about the
This guy is obsessed with
unprecedented loss.
trees. Holy shit. He loves his trees. He's obsessed. Okay, so we're going back and forth between these two, I see.
On a cold December morning in Midtown
What an
Manhattan,
ugly tree.
Rockefeller's men slowly raised the special tree.
This shit is so ugly. What do you mean?
Heave-ho! Heave-ho! By the afternoon, the special tree stood tall and
I sure hope you're
bare.
gonna fucking
It was
cover it with
unlike
something.
any other tree, having no color, branches, or leaves. The
Yeah.
mayor of New York, Mr. Guardia, thought that the tree was too bare and asked for branches to be added so that ornaments could be hung. Mr. Rockefeller didn't agree. He thought the tree was perfect, just the
I have a
way it
feeling
was.
Mr. Rockefeller
But
is
since Mayor Guardia
sus.
had been one of his best friends, Mr. Rockefeller told his men to glue some branches on.
There you go.
I, Virginia, watched as the men placed branches on the special tree. I had saved my money for over 9 months to purchase a little star ornament because I wanted to be the very first person to decorate the Rockefeller Christmas tree. It laid in my pocket while I watched because I planned to hang my ornament as soon as the tree was standing. After the final branch
It looks less ugly now.
all the men left, I quickly ran up to the tree. But to my astonishment, the lowest branch of the tree was over twice my height. I jumped as high as I could, but still, the lowest branch was out of my reach. I was very disappointed. I wanted to be the very first person to decorate the tree, but now I had no chance. Unless I called my friends. At once, I began counting my friends on my fingers.
Yeah, I feel like you should not be going anywhere near that fucking tree.
Elizabeth, Alice, Joseph, Elsie, Orville, Edith, Olive, and Philip. 10 friends that I could ask for help.
Are these names
Then
important?
I realized that 10 friends standing on each other's shoulders could put me at the very top of the Christmas tree. My star
I don't
could
think
be
that's
the
how it
first
quite
yellow
works, but
flower.
okay.
Without a second to spare, I ran from door to door asking for help. Knock, knock, knock. Helen, are you there? Knock, knock, knock. Charles, are you there? Knock, knock, knock. Elizabeth, are you there?
I have a feeling this is gonna end very
Eventually, I
badly.
gathered all 10 of my friends at the bottom of the Rockefeller Christmas tree. I told them my plan, to have them all stand on each other and form a ladder for me to climb to the top. My friends understood my excitement, and they quickly started to climb onto each other's shoulders. Ow! Helen had stepped on Charles' fingers. Ow! Charles had stepped on Elizabeth's fingers. Ow! Elizabeth had stepped on Alice's fingers. After many groans and tumbles, my friends formed a sturdy ladder, and I began to climb. My joy grew with every passing face, and before I knew it, I was at the very top, looking down at the tree. My ladder of friends swayed back and forth, and occasionally felt like it was about to collapse. But I tuned out the movement and focused on the tree. Closer, friends, closer. Then I secured the metal star at the top of the tree. It was perfect. Hooray!
The tree is still
Victory!
fucking ugly.
I'm the first. Just then, there was a strange sound. The tree began to shake. Its glued branches fell off all at once, and the entire tree
Ooh,
slowly
what?
bent backwards. Soon, the very top of it touched the ground, forming a perfect
That's
arc.
not good.
It was like a very strange rainbow.
That's
My
really
heart
not good.
sank as I saw my star gently slide to the ground from the tree's top.
The tree was like, fuck
Bolts of
your
lightning
star. I don't give a
shot
shit.
out from inside the arc of the tree, producing thunderous booms. The lightning scared my friends and me. We all tumbled to the ground and ran in all directions, but the lightning caught up to us. I was blinded by a great white light. I remember when my eyes adjusted, I was in a field of special trees, and I saw...
What did you see?
Flash, I returned to the street where my friends and I had been struck by the lightning. We were all on the ground, being attended to by other people. I had scratched my legs badly, and I could see that my friends were also hurt. I looked up at the Rockefeller buildings, and I thought that they looked a little different. The whole street looked a little different, and the special tree was nowhere in sight.
Okay.
It is only natural for the reader at this point to wonder why the incident has been referred to as a tragedy. There had been no loss of life, and, aside from a few temporary scorch marks on the center, no damage to the surrounding property. I too assumed it was a mostly inconsequential event, likely an electrical accident whose effects were exaggerated by the children at the scene. I was grateful that every life involved had been spared. A death at the center would have weighed heavily on my mind.
So everyone
for some
lived, so it was
time.
okay.
But when I encountered the results of the children's medical examinations, I wished that a death had occurred in place of the unfathomable.
What happened? So they didn't? They didn't make it.
My mom and pa visited me at the hospital, but they looked completely different. Ma looked worried. After she wiped her tears, she asked, "Did you hang your bear at the Rockefeller tree?"
You mean
I
Star?
answered, "It wasn't a bear. I was going to hang a star." To which they asked, "What do you mean?" Pa asked, "Where did you get these clothes?" I answered, "These are my clothes, the ones you helped me put on this morning." To which they asked, "What do you mean?" My ma then asked, "Why are there dots all over your face?" I answered,
Is this some
"Those are my
alternate universe
freckles.
shit?
I
Did she
had
get
them
like
since I was
teleported to an
little."
alternate universe?
To which they asked, "What do you mean?" My parents quietly left my bed and talked to my friends' parents. Then they all started to cry and yell. The nurses made them leave, which made me feel better. None of us thought that our real parents had visited, but they all did feel familiar.
This is
They're
so
all going
fucking
for a
weird. What is
special
happening?
vision. They didn't
You're
even share the
introducing
same
alternate
last name with their
timelines?
parents. The nurses tried to convince us that those who
What
had
is
visited
this
us
series,
were our
man?
parents,
Oh my
and that
god.
we would come around to properly greet them after we healed. But it was hard to believe. Whenever I looked out the window, I saw that Manhattan looked different from memory. Mr. Rockefeller himself was kind enough to visit us in the hospital. He asked us whether we were okay, and then after some time, he and the nurses began to ask us some very easy questions about American history.
Oh shit, here we
Whenever
go.
we replied, they would chuckle and shake their heads, until I told Mr. Rockefeller who I thought he was. He chuckled at first, and then became silent, as if the simple fact had deeply affected him. He had asked all my friends a few more questions about himself, and with each answer, he seemed a little more scared. Mr.
What
Rockefeller quietly
is
stood with the
going
nurses for a
on?
while before he wished us a Merry Christmas and left. That evening, the nurses took x-rays of us to make sure we hadn't broken our ribs. Usually, those taking the x-rays are more than happy to show their patients what the pictures looked like. But when I asked to see them, the nurses ignored me.
Why? Why did the
I didn't
nurses
fall asleep
ignore?
that night. I kept my ear close to the wall to hear what the nurses were saying next door. I heard one sentence over and over. "Everything's backward." I wonder what they meant by that. I never told my friends because I didn't want to scare them. But I spent the rest of the night with my hand to my chest, wondering if my heart was ever on the right side.
What? There's so much that's going on right now, guys. We have so much to talk about. This is insane.
For several
I am
weeks,
so
the
fucking
children
lost.
were kept under observation at the Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. I
So they're
visited
not the
them
same
as soon as
kids.
I had the
They
chance
swapped,
to.
and their insides got
All the families
flipped.
of these
However the
children were
fuck that
deeply
works.
unsettled that they had all independently come to the conclusion their child had been replaced by a doppelganger. They claimed that these new sons and daughters possessed substantial differences from their real children. The majority of differences involved altered physical attributes and the inability to recognize familiar locations and characters, such as their parents and their homes. Two boys even claimed to have names different to those that their mothers had given them at birth.
He sounds pretty fucking calm for talking about this.
But of all the discrepancies,
The humans
the
are
most
each
bizarre
of
was their faulty recollection
each are
of
opposites. The
notable
world is
persons and
reverse.
events. For instance, each of the affected children claimed that I had become the wealthiest man in America through an oil monopoly. It is common knowledge that I did indeed work at an oil refinery in my youth.
Not always
But
about
to
you, man.
entirely deny my 2 terms as president and insist instead that I had always been a mere philanthropist struck me as being particularly odd. The families were agonized by the children's behavior. Some continue to search for their real children. I support their endeavors, for I do not believe that the children's afflictions were the result of hysteria. Every day, I find myself
I'm just here,
recollecting the
man.
day
I'm just
that I
watching.
had selected
I don't know
the
what to even
tree.
say, man. I'm
I
so
have
lost.
since realized the difficulties involved in the removal of it should have repeatedly discouraged me. And
This
had
is
I been
insane. This is off the
discouraged,
walls.
The families of those children would not be
How do you come up with
experiencing
this,
the
man?
anguish
Where
that
do
they
you come up
currently
with this
have.
from?
Perhaps I never had the opportunity to select another tree. Perhaps I was meant to select that tree regardless of my persistent character. Perhaps we are all trolleys, forced to follow the path of the track to each of our destinations.
Well said.
I take solace in that thought. Or perhaps the tree chose me.
Okay. Fuck the tree. Fuck that tree, man. Oh my goodness. Many, including my father, believe that the 1934 Christmas tree vanished. This is untrue. I have seen it wandering the plazas on so many occasions, and it resembles a man far more than any tree. John D. Rockefeller Jr. This is so weird. I'm so lost. I'm lost in the sauce, guys. Is that the tree? The tree resembles a man. Is that the tree on the top? Woo! Wait, what was that? Okay, guys. What the fuck did we just watch? What was that? Okay. Let's go through the archivist notes. I'll read your guys' comments and then we'll continue. Although primarily written by Virginia herself, the final draft of Virginia in Wonderland does contain words and phrases provided by her legal guardian for clarification. Construction of the Rockefeller Center began in early 1930s when pre-existing buildings in the area were demolished to provide space. The center's original Christmas tree, raised by its own construction workers, was seen first by J.D. Rockefeller toward the end of this period's demolitions, inspired Rockefeller's handpicked 3 trees for the next 3 Christmases. The special tree would make its first appearance at the center on the 4th year of 1934. Okay, so I'm so lost. Yeah, go back to the book. film, not a game. Yes, we're watching Monument Mythos. Welcome in. Some other. Welcome. She was different. That's why they're and they punished her for it. Go back and read Virginia's book. You can see what she wrote. She saw her a frame. Right here?
Special trees.
This part?
And I saw special trees. And I saw in a
Right here? I don't see
by a
anything.
great white light. I remember when my eyes adjusted, I was in a field of special trees. And I saw the special trees. And
I saw so many people. One man ran up to me and whispered, "The trees are not trees." Okay, so that's information I don't know what to do with. I'm so lost, guys. I don't know what's happening. I don't understand. I'm not comprehending really what is happening. So the tree flashed, well, like we've seen with previous things, like with the Washington monument. The tree flashed, and then the kids were opposites. They were reversed. I understand that. Makes sense, kind of. Hold on, guys. Let me look at the comments. Okay, fun fact, having all your organs backwards is actually a medical condition. Situs inversus. Pretty much harmless. Interesting. Very interesting. That's kind of what I was wondering as well, is if that's an actual thing. The special tree produces some kind of music or sound. Indestructible teleports people to alternate dimensions. The tree was like, yeah, the tree didn't like that fucking, that star too much. It was like, actually, I'll have none of that. Having seen none of this, I'm calling that the trees are buildings. The trees are something. We still don't know what. Apparently, now we know that you can dig them out, which is good to know. I did not know that. Virginia and her friends are now in parallel dimensions. Yeah, I understand that. Still, a lot to go off of. But I saw S too tired to understand what's going on. But thank you, S. If you've already left, thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Very interesting. So much is happening. So much is going on between fucking, what is it? George Washington coming back. Get this off me as a tree with dimensional powers, right? Yeah. It has interdimensional powers somehow. At first I thought it was just like a monster or something. Where these trees come from, what is happening, I still don't understand. How this ties into the corner folk, how this ties into the infection stuff. I do know though that the organ thing was tying back to the corner folk, if I am not mistaken, guys. Feel free to correct me, but I think something similar happened where his organs were flipped for the corner folk. I still don't know how that ties in yet. I'm assuming, I see there's a corner girl one for season 2 of Monument Mythos, so I'm assuming we're going to get more explanation on that. I don't know if the corner folk have anything to do with the trees or what, how any of this ties together as of right now. I'm just kind of watching and trying to put it together as best as I can. So, all right, we have 2 more for this season. I might watch Corner Girl just because I'm curious to see how this ties in. But I think after that, we will get ready to wrap up the stream. So we have 2 more videos, 3, or actually, if you want to include the teaser and Corner Girl, we have 4 more videos before. But yes, this was the longest video so far. I watched it. I kind of comprehended it, but The trees remind me of a kaiju called Bolton. It is a 5-dimensional monster from the Ultraman. Yes, I do. I am vaguely familiar. In the shape of red and blue meteor with reality warping powers. Yes. Very interesting, though. I dare you to watch that link and treat it like I dare you to watch that link and treat it like analog horror. Which one? What is it? But all right. We're on to the next one, guys. We're on to Canyon Crown. My crazy Grand Canyon adventure. Yippee! Let's go! Woohoo! Yeah! We're gonna see a fucking tree. We're gonna see a fucking weird tree on our Grand Canyon adventure. Me and my brother, deep in thought. He's gonna fly. Then I saw something really weird. Is it a tree? It made the whole place smell like vinegar. Vinegar? Guys, I don't like the smell of vinegar. It smells so bad to me. I cannot. Doom 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 doom. Rock on! Is that the Air Force One? Was that the Air Force One that we were seeing right there? Then I saw it again. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so it's not the Air Force One. Oh, it's peeking. How nice. It's a fucking monster. It's a fucking Titan from Attack on Titan. Bonus stuff. What, you're just gonna leave us on a cliffhanger? Literally, no pun intended. Oh no, we're gonna die. What was that? It was moving, it was walking. That's for sure. Mr. Squirrel! Let's go! Best character in this whole damn series, Mr. Squirrel. The only one I care about. As long as Mr. Squirrel makes it through, I don't give a damn. Did a little research and found out what we saw. It's called a canyon gullen, or a canyon crown. It uses vinegar to shrink its huge head back into its body. My dad said the reason we went on this trip was so he could find his sister Maya. What? I think that was Maya. Head off trail. Head off trail. Lauren Arnoldson. Where have we seen that name before? We've seen this name before, right, guys? We've seen Laura Arnoldson before. You're going in the Lincoln statue for that one. Grab his legs. Wait, what? Why? Mr. Squirrel's the best. Mr. Squirrel's the best character. That time I got reincarnated as interdimensional child swapping tree season 1 streaming now on Yukimaru channel. Pretty much. It's pretty much what this is. People eater, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. What the fuck is going on with this shit, man? This is crazy box. So I want to see that thing again though. Yeah, let's see it. My Arneson was the Lincoln Looker. Yep, that's where we heard it from. Interesting. Let me see the squirrel. Where's the squirrel? I need to see him. Doom, 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 doom. Mr. Squirrel, the best character. Let's go. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Well, let's look at the archivist notes. 2 cameras were used during the Arnold's trip, a professional photography camera and a one-time use video camcorder. The inexpensive camcorder was produced low-quality clips, which were further degraded by the stabilization effect added with Mise Movie Maker. Okay. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Mr. Squirrel. Yes, Mr. Squirrel. Best character. All right. You guys don't sentence me to the canyon. Why? What did I do? Just because I like Mr. Squirrel? Mr. Squirrel's awesome. Okay, so Mr. Squirrel's the one who's actually behind all this. Canyon Galen, that's what it is, right? It made a Malaysian or Indonesian monster known as the Penanggalan. Hope I'm pronouncing that properly, which has the head of a woman with just entrails hanging from it, and as it flies around at night. It then soaks its intestines, etc., in vinegar to shrink them to fit back into the rest of the body. Sounds pretty similar. Very similar. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Yeah, don't put Mr. Squirrel in the statue. Don't put Mr. Squirrel in the statue, please. Or me, for that matter. All right. Let's go. We're on to the next one. We're on to the last one of season 1, guys. Freedom Faller. Let's go. There wasn't too much in this one. It was nice. It was pretty short, pretty to the point. Sculptor. Excerpts from a series of exchanges from 1858. Thomas U. Walter, architect. Montgomery Meigs, engineer. Alfonso Zeffino, detective. Thomas Crawford, sculptor. Would you like to provide a design for this statue? Most certainly. Freedom 1, Freedom 2, Freedom 3. Freedom Gundam from Gundam Seed. Freedom? I'll remove the cap and begin to cast. 6 weeks later. Freedom is difficult to cast. Apologies for the delay. 3 weeks later. Oh, this is Livorno, Italy. Is Freedom on her way? Freedom! Inspector Zafino speaking. Mr. Crawford passed away. Monarca will receive freedom. Expect arrival in a month. Part 2, Daughter. Excellent illustrations by Nina Crawford. Read by an Italian student in Gibraltar.
5 aprile. Gli schizzi di Papino della Libertà sono stupendi. Lei assomiglia alla mamma se fosse una regina. Ho chiesto a Papino se potesse fare una statua che mi
Not the same Freedom, I guess, from Gundam.
10 aprile. Oggi Papino è andato al suo studio.
Apparently there's a Freedom Gundam in China.
Continuato a sorridermi. Io credo di sì.
A life-size statue.
13 aprile. Non abbiamo avuto notizie di papà per un po' di giorni. È già successo in passato, dato che è solito lavorare al suo studio per tanto tempo. Ma la mamma
Something happened to him.
preoccupata. È andata nel suo studio dopo avermi messo a letto. 15 aprile. Mamma è tornata a casa stanotte. È andata dritta verso la sua stanza. 16 aprile. Oggi è venuto l'ispettore. Ci ha chiesto di Papino e poi è andato nella stanza della mamma. Un paio di momenti dopo sono arrivati più uomini. Mamma stava piangendo. Continuano a gridare: lei ha i suoi occhi, lei ha i suoi occhi. Ero spaventata.
She has
Sono
his
scappata via dalla
eyes.
casa. 18 aprile. Ricordo Papino dire alla mamma come la statua sarebbe stata messa in una nave chiamata Monarca. Sono andata al porto e l'ho trovata accorata là vicino. Accanto alla nave c'erano alcune scatole. Parti della libertà erano in ciascuna di esse. Mi sono intrufolata in una
Oh no, is something wrong with the statue?
Sento il suo spirito vicino alla libertà.
What?
21 aprile. Sono molto affamata. Le scatole sono legate con una corda, quindi non posso...
That is horrifying. You're trapped inside of the box?
Come dell'argilla trascinata per il pavimento. Posso sentire le corde che vengono tagliate e qualcosa di grosso uscire da una scatola. È Papino? Ci sono molti altri suoni, come legno che si rompe. Dato che le corde sono
Statue's
rotte,
alive?
sono uscita in fretta dalla scatola ed ho trovato del pane e della frutta nella stanza accanto. Mi sono sbagliata. Non è Papino, ma ha i suoi occhi.
Oh,
24 aprile.
the statue has his eyes.
Avevamo nella scatola. Ieri ha fatto suoni più rumorosi. Mentre cercavo per del cibo, credo che mamma mi abbia vista. La scatola è l'unico posto per nascondersi. Le corde continuano ad essere rotte da quella cosa con gli occhi di Papino. Ho paura che quella cosa o quell'uomo possano aprire la mia scatola. Non scriverò più molto, perché ho paura di fare rumore. Scriverò nuovamente quando arriverò sulla terraferma.
Why doesn't the kid just tell the people that she's in the box?
Mi ha tenuta mentre correva attraverso la giungla. La sua spada ha tagliato centinaia di alberi. Non ho potuto vedere molto nel buio, ma ho potuto vedere gli occhi di papà fissarmi da quelle palpebre metalliche. Siamo scesi giù per un buco e in una grotta profonda. Dopo avermi messo a terra, ha acceso un fuoco colpendo le sue braccia contro delle pietre. Ormai è da ore che affila la sua spada con le rocce, ma non ho mai guardato la lama. Oggi, sin da quando ho iniziato a scrivere, la cosa con gli occhi di Papino ha
This is so freaky. This is actually scary as fuck. What the hell? Excerpts from the captain's log of the Monarca?
19 aprile. 6 casse sono state caricate all'alba. Sono pesanti. Ciascuna di esse contiene una parte di una grossa scultura. 29 aprile. Siamo a Terra di Gibraltar all'alba. La nave ci ha messo ore per approdare nel porto. C'erano molti.
So she got out with the thing,
Ciascuno di essi ha permesso del
with
limite
the
di data
statue,
Se
somehow.
accadrà, saremo affondati in 3 giorni. Abbiamo aperto le casse per gli ufficiali della dogana. Le casse erano vuote.
Okay, so yeah, the statue took the girl and left. Why does the statue have his eyes, though? Commissioner.
On the morning of April 29th, we received numerous reports regarding a tremendous force that rushed up the rock, which tore down hundreds of trees and created several landslides throughout the previous night. One civilian likened the phenomena to the work of a gigantic crazed fella. Due to the sheer number of reports and the high level of concern in the surrounding community, I deployed myself along with 13 officers to the rock in search of an explanation. We discovered that there was indeed a newly forged trail through the dense foliage
From the statue, right?
height of the rock. The trail was astonishingly linear, with no bends in the path. The cuts to the trees themselves were precise.
Yup.
The
The statue
trees
walking.
continued to be warm to the touch, presumably due to the extreme speed of this force. A few fires present along the trail were extinguished by fellow officers as we traversed the rock. The path ended at a large crevice in the ground, which looked to be an entrance to a large underground cavern. After requesting additional men and equipment, Officer Hadley descended into the crevice.
Fuck that. You couldn't pay me enough money in the world to do some shit like that. Not in this world.
And urged us all to enter.
Not in general, actually.
Within the following hour, the majority of us were in the cavern, which appeared to be an undiscovered offshoot of St. Michael's Cave. In the middle of the location stood a plaster model of a tall Greco-Roman statue of a woman.
Oh, the fuck?
Surrounding this sculpture were the splayed remains of an individual, flattened like a set of clothes.
Oh, the
The
girl.
hollowed-out torso was stretched a quarter of the way up the statue, the sight of which compelled a few of the officers to exit the cavern. The human remains were collected and sent to the morgue, while the sculpture was cleaned and lifted out. The statue's blade, held in its right hand, matched the cuts present on the downed trees. Despite the fantastical implications of this detail, the Gibraltar police...
This statue's fucked!
...that the work of the crazed fella was nothing more than the result of heavy winds. During a secondary investigation, a journal was discovered in the cavern.
The statue's alive, you fucking idiots!
Translation of its Italian text is in progress.
What the fuck? Craftsman freedom. That is fucking insane.
Arrives the tight-knit wooden ship. The plaster body is absent.
Laurel, I gotta go. See y'all next time. Thank you for stopping by, Laurel. Thank you, thank you.
Instead, a tall, wounded woman, sleeping in its vessel, donning a helmet wrapped in a robe, clutching a sword and a damaged shield. Overheard a conversation with the captain. A violent conflict with freedom at the port in Gibraltar. They tell me inside her is the plaster, and I walk away, silently believing freedom craved liberation so terribly she tried to take it for herself. But off the ship, she was dragged away. Freedom locked up. Freedom in chains. They tell me I have to take it out of her. So hook, rope, peel, and pull. When it was done, freedom stood motionless. Freedom stood still. I see the final bronze woman, and I feel as if, maybe even hope, she's only dormant now, and will awaken again.
Sculpture Part 6. Anti-Dean Association storms U.S. Capitol. Okay, so finally we're getting some payoff to the Dean stuff that was going on. What, the Statue of Freedom is shot down at a gunfire? The Freedom statue shit is so freaky, actually. It is so scary to think about. Oh, there goes the statue. Fuck that statue, bro. Fuck that thing. I'll see you in hell. This analog horror is so crazy, guys. Is it gonna get up? Are we gonna get to see it move? Yup. Yes, we are. The Iron Giant. It's a coming. I can't believe it killed the kid though. That is so scary. All right, that is it. That one was so good. Holy shit. This one was really interesting. So the statue, I'm assuming the guy got killed and maybe placed into the statue. I don't know if his soul was, I would assume his soul wasn't inside of the statue, because at that point, why would the statue kill the daughter? I don't understand. I gotta go. Have a confusing and fun stream. Thank you for stopping by. I'm spicy sad. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in Chakra as well. Welcome, welcome. So, this is really grotesque and really nasty. I don't even want to think about that. So yeah, we got another thing going on, I guess, with this statue. I don't know what is going on with this one either. I don't know how this ties into. If this was just on its own and this is like a self-contained thing, this would be so interesting by itself. Like nothing else, just this. But the fact that it's inside of this bigger analog universe is very interesting. Uses souls as a power source. Maybe that could be it. The urge? Yeah, no spoiling, no spoiling, no spoiling. Yeah, I still don't understand where all this is heading to still. I still think we're kind of in the start, like the building phase, since this is season 1. There's a lot of, I don't know what this part of the section was, where it's kind of like the documentary style stuff, but talking about freedom. But yes, very, very freaky. Seeing the statue move is also very terrifying. They didn't like getting shot down, I guess. Yep. That's the statue on the top. Very interesting. And I guess they took it back once they found it, so. All right, guys. We're going to move on to season 2 teaser. We'll watch the teaser. And then we will we'll watch the teaser, and then we will watch the Corner Girl video, because I'm interested to see if that potentially ties into anything. It's only a minute long. And then we'll move on to the we'll probably get ready to end off stream. We will be visiting Monument Mythos for season 2 though. Not to worry, guys. Season 2. We have a lot of plot points that are I understand what's happening. I'm comprehending what's happening, but I just don't understand what it all is for yet. Like, I understand that what everything is, like, what is happening, and I'm comprehending the events, the isolated incidents of everything, but not the everything else. When's the next stream? We do analog horror watch-alongs once a week, so I think I will be doing the analog horror part 2 for this next week. I think that'll be what it is. We'll definitely visit back and make another round at this one. What I might do after season 2 though, because I know that there are 3 seasons, I think. I don't know. What we might do is we might do season 2 next stream, or get as far as we can in season 2, and then I might take a break from it. I will be on vacation the week after that, but once I come back, maybe we will do a different analog horror series and then come back to Monument Mythos for season 3. But I think we might continue it next week. We'll see though. If I find another analog horror series, then we might just end it at 1. We might just end it at this one, and then after my vacation, we'll come back to it. So, all right, I'll see you later then. Thank you for stopping by, Josh. Thank you, thank you. All right, Corner Girl. I'm not Alex. I just move luggage.
A side or an edge is a line segment that joins 2 adjacent corners of a shape.
Alex based Riley Tillin on me.
A corner or vertex is the point where the 2 sides hit. Let's look at
She was luggage, you're luggage too. Luggage is so easy to lose.
1, 2.
Okay, this is really disturbing.
It also has 3 corners. 1, 2.
Sincerely, Alex's inspiration.
3.
Okay, well, all right, that was it. Let me see. Let me take a look. Any archive notice? Nope. Okay, well, that is it. That is it for this one. Nebula Knights, welcome in. Said I missed most of the stream. I love the Monument Mythos. Hope to catch the next one. The VOD will also be up after the stream, so feel free to go back and watch the VOD as well. But thank you for stopping by, Nebula. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I think that is going to be it. I'm going to move back over to here. A lot of stuff going on in there. We will be returning, though, not to worry, to the Monument Mythos. Remember, guys, I'm not sure next week which analog horror we will be watching. We might watch a different one. It just depends. If I find another one that I'm kind of interested in watching on stream with you guys. But always check the schedules. Whatever it'll be will be on the schedule. Can't wait. I miss your streams. Love you. Thank you, Nebula. Thank you. Yes, the VOD will be up for sure for you once the stream is over. So feel free to go back and check it out. So, yes, waiting room from inside is already up, guys. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys go ahead and check that out and give it a like if you guys could. I would greatly appreciate it. Yes, Monument Mythos, we will be returning, so not to worry, guys. If there's much more content here to be had. This one was pretty long already, and I do know season 2 might be a bit longer. I'm actually going to double check on that right now before I end off, just to see, because I know that Monument Mythos season 2 is pretty long. Let me see. So season 2. Yeah, season 2 is the longest? The longest one, I think. Yeah, it looks like season 2 is the longest. We'll try and finish season 2 though in one stream. We're gonna try and we'll try and do that for sure. So should have caught the whole thing, but thanks for streaming. Thank you, some other. Thank you. But yes, guys, waiting room is already up for inside. Go ahead and check that out. I have quite a bit of other stuff to do. That's why I'm cutting it a little bit short. That's why I'm thinking maybe I might push Monument Mythos potentially back to after I return from vacation, just so that it can be a little bit longer, because really long streams right now are a little bit difficult because I do have a lot of stuff I'm working on for you guys to prepare in advance for while I'm on vacation. So I think that might be the case. We'll see, though. We'll see. If I don't find another analog horror series, then we'll probably just end up watching Monument Mythos. So season 2. So that is going to be it, guys. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had a great time. I had an amazing time. This series is super interesting. There's a lot going on in it. I love the concepts in it. I love the execution of it as well. It's very, very well done. Very, very well done. So, all right, guys. That is going to be it for this stream. Class is dismissed, and I'll see you guys in the next one for Inside. Jane.